We're just two friends who love the movies, call each other every morning.
So, I mean, it would be weird if we didn't talk about the passing of Robert Redford, uh, mainly because of how big of an icon he was. So, yeah. Well, first of all, what are your thoughts, man, on what was your immediate reaction whenever you saw that he passed away?
But it's a big one, and it's one of those. He's not exactly classic Hollywood, so I get the most affected by deaths from the golden age of Hollywood era. He's more like new Hollywood, but he still feels like a turn of classic guy, and
Yeah.
it's always the passage of time that beats up on us. But I thought he had some more years left, because when was the old man and a gun? What was his last movie? The
So
old man.
I don't know if that was his last movie, but it was one of the last ones that he did. That one was, I want to say that one was like maybe the late 2010s. I can't remember the year. Maybe you'll have to look it
I
up.
last, but unless you count, I think he, had some archive stuff in like Avengers and stuff. But
Yeah.
um, I thought, honestly, I even thought he might do some more stuff, even though he had kind of said that he was retired. But I didn't know. I didn't even look at the cause of death, or I know that he was in bad health. I mean, obviously he was 89, so that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, my immediate reaction was because for me, and I say this not like I knew him, but him as an actor, right? Him as a person, in the in the public light, he's been a part of my life since I was born, right? That was of course my father introduced me to him, and it's one of
what?
those.
How? Well, do you remember your first Redford?
So he introduced me to him with actually some of Redford's classics, The Sting,
Yeah,
and of course Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid.
yeah, those were my
Uh,
first
and
two
then
as well.
and then you're gonna be surprised by the third one that he introduced me to him by, but that was All the President's Men.
Oh yeah,
My I remember my dad, watching that one a lot, and me, just as a kid, like maybe not fully understanding every single little plot detail, but understanding that what they were doing was something good, right?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and so those were my three introductions to him. But I will say when I heard about it, it was in the back of my mind. You always think like, okay, they're older, they're eventually going to pass, but it's comforting knowing that they're still with us, the exact way like Clint Eastwood, right? I know he's extremely old and he's eventually going to pass away, but it is comforting in this moment to know that he is still with us, right?
Yeah. No, the the one that I always like will Google every 2 weeks is Eva Marie Saint.
Oh wow. Yeah.
She's 103.
And she's still alive?
Yeah,
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
yeah.
That's
And
that's
of
that's
course Dick Van
amazing.
Dyke, I don't think he's quite 100, but he's pushing it.
He's pushing it, man,
But
and
he's doing great. He's who I thought Redford was going to be showing up, as a guest presenter at the Oscars for the next 5 or so years. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's the thing, man. Like when Dick Van Dyke passes, that's gonna be another big one for me, right? And I do hope, and I'm praying, he lives at least another year or so. That way they can bring him on at the Oscars. You know, it'd be legendary.
Who even knows if they will? But do you remember when they brought out uh, Kirk Douglas?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's good to see those guys, you know.
yeah,
But
it is it's sad, you know, like oh man, they've gotten older, but it is also it brings a warm smile to my face, you know. It does warm up my heart, and I what's if you had one memory, if you had to pick one memory of a Robert Redford movie that was part of your life, right? That you remember, and if you don't, you know, that's okay too.
no, yeah. So me and Wesley, when we were kids, were really into Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, and we would argue over, you know, which one is which. I think we both wanted to be Red, you know,
Yeah,
even though Paul Newman's super cool, but you know, we would kind of argue, we would kind of give our case for why we were the Sundance Kid, you know, and the other one was Butch Cassidy.
yeah,
Uh, and but even recently, so my grandfather, every time I go to Alabama, will screen a movie for me or two. And he's done two Redfords for me, so they're kind of fresh on my mind. Um, we did The Natural,
okay,
and we did The Way We Were, which is a pretty melancholy kind of movie.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I've always and you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, I probably did watch Jeremiah Johnson before Butch Cassidy and the Sting, but I was younger. I was much
yeah.
younger. I mean, so I have some like memories of it with the bear and everything, but it's not as like when I was getting into movies and when I was getting into him as an actor, it was the Sting and Butch Cassidy. What about you?
So, you know, one of my favorite memories, you know, and of course I have a lot of memories with my father, but like one of my favorite memories actually was with my neighbor. Um, I used to go and help him do yard work, right? And he's an older guy. He still lives there, and you know, I've been I've been wanting to go, you know, visit home, and I want to see him, of course. But anyways, I would go and help him do yard work, cut grass, stuff like that, water
Uh-huh.
their plants whenever they were out of town.
Mm-hmm.
And one day we finished up, and his wife was cooking us dinner, right? And he was like, "Hey, how about we put on a movie?" And I was like, "All
Mm-hmm.
right." And I'm not gonna object to that. And so he was like, "Have you seen this movie?" And he put it on, and it was Jeremiah Johnson,
Yes.
and I was so blown away by it. And to this day, I always feel a certain level of like, yes, I knew that movie before it became a meme. You know, like
Oh yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
because now it's like a
Yeah.
huge meme, and a lot of people don't even know the movie. You know,
Right. Yeah. That's funny. I didn't even think about that. You know,
yeah.
become
So
a
it's
gif. I
pretty
mean,
amazing that I do consider him like somewhat like maybe not golden age like you stated, but I do consider him classic Hollywood. You know,
yeah, yeah, no,
because
yeah. He was of a different era for sure.
yeah,
But he worked through all of it. You know, I mean, he was back in there swinging in the new Hollywood, or so to speak, and then and you know busted up into Marvel movies and everything.
yeah, and that's what I was gonna get at is that what an amazing career in that he was able to do almost every single genre. You know,
Okay,
he oh go ahead.
no, you keep going.
No, I was just gonna say like he was able to do drama. He was able to do action. He was able to do political dramas, romantic comedies. He was able to do superhero movies. You know, sci-fi films. Um,
Yeah, yeah, he had his hands in everything. He loved movies, that's for sure.
just in
Um,
general, like he didn't limit himself, and we're not even talking about like we haven't even gotten to everything he's done for the indie film, like indie films it's themselves, right? With the Sundance Film Festival,
yeah, yeah,
I think that's why a lot of people could consider him such a big icon.
yeah.
Um,
That's definitely part of it. I mean, he's kind of known for his looks in one respect, but then he did a lot for independent film, and also uh, he directed some bangers.
yeah, ordinary people, right?
Did
Um,
that win Best Picture? Am I crazy?
I think it did win Best Picture, and I could be wrong. You may want to look it up right now, but I believe it won Best Picture.
So, I mean, he would have these kind of big directorial things like that, but then you would have some, and you're just like, what? I mean, that was him? Like, did you see I remember seeing The Conspirator in theaters with James McAvoy.
You know, I've seen that. I can't remember it. I didn't watch it in theaters though. But
He did Quiz Show,
yep, that
which I
was
think had
it's a great one.
Scorsese in it in an acting role, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he did A River Runs Through It, right?
Was that him? Did he direct that? I don't think he
Maybe
directed it.
not. I don't know. I don't know if he directed that.
He was definitely. Uh, I don't know. Maybe he did. Um, but I wanted to ask if you had any kind of like Redford hidden gems that uh you wanted to highlight, just like some of his performances or something that kind of fly under the radar.
Well, I so it's kind of crazy, man. This week before he passed away, and I'm
Hmm.
sure you probably noticed by my letterbox, but I had watched a movie that I had watched back in 2004 with my dad.
Uh-huh.
It was called The Clearing, right?
Yeah, what's that one about? What is that?
It's it's about this. Uh, he's a businessman who is held ransom by Willem Dafoe's character.
Oh, snap.
What I like about it is it's not so much about plot, but it's more so about character, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, I think that's one that I recently watched that I felt was like a I was like, oh wow, yeah. It for some reason I just wanted to watch it, and then him passing, I got lined up. I want to watch The Horse Whisperer. I don't know if you've seen that.
No. No,
Uh,
that's one of the cool things is there's like a ton more that I was looking through his filmography and I was like, man, there's so much that I'm still gonna get to enjoy watch of his over the years. So
yeah, I have lined up The Horse Whisperer and All Is Lost. I'm trying to watch those two in honor. I
you've
wanted to watch.
seen have you seen those, both of those?
I've I've seen The Horse Whisperer, but it was back in the like back when I was like a kid, man. So
Hmm.
I'm gonna say no. And then All Is Lost. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but never fully like all of it. You know?
Yeah, dude, I remember renting that one on streaming, like some platform, I can't remember. I remember renting it because everyone was talking about, I like the one man show stuff. And yeah, he was like that was the first time I remember people talking about him like as like even getting older, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I felt like at that time people were, well, maybe I'm misremembering, but I'll point out a hidden gem. Ever seen or heard of great title, Legal Eagles?
Yeah.
It's such a funny movie. It's kind of a charming movie. We watched it at my in-laws' house a few times ago. We were down there, and we all liked it.
What would you say if you had to pick one movie, right?
A
And
favorite?
your favorite movie?
Oh man, um, dang. You know, I mean, So like since so many of them I watched when I was a kid, um, I don't know. I mean, Sundance has always stood out. Um, I guess if I had to pick something now, I feel like I was so small when I watched Jeremiah Johnson. I guess I would pick Butch Cassidy.
Butch Cassidy. Okay. I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna be so surprised, and you may even get upset. But
Are you gonna
although,
say Charlotte's Web?
mm, well, there you go. That's another movie that he did a voice. But I like Butch Cassidy, but I don't love it. It's not. I don't. For me,
Well,
I
I've
don't
heard a
think
lot of
it's.
people say that. I actually think it's fairly divided on that movie. If you just anecdotally ask people about it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's not. I like it. It's enjoyable, but I never. Whenever people talk about like great movies, um, I never consider it to be a great movie or even one of the greatest. Now, I'm gonna tell you my favorite movie, and I think you need to rewatch it because I have a feeling that it has been a
Hey, what
while.
if I haven't watched it before?
I think earlier you said you did watch it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
My absolute favorite movie of his is The Sting.
Oh yeah, I mean that's yeah. Well, a lot of people, yeah, it's between. A lot of people will like put those two against each other as like, all right, but well, not only because it's him and Newman together,
Yeah,
but because they're both incredible movies. I mean, to me, they're yeah, they're. So yeah, I mean, for me, I think Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid when I watched them both around the same time and loved them both. It was just the one that kind of kept like mapping onto my imagination at the time. So, but yeah, that's a good pick. I love this thing. The Entertainer.
all right, man. Well, I'm getting here to work, but I'll talk to you a little bit later, dude.
All right, man. Take care.